Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In this research orientation, I will highlight the nanomaterials related research areas, projects in achieving sustainable development goals. So the first important thing is why I'm going to link the research areas or the project in achieving sustainable development goals. So this sustainable development is the seeking to meet the needs of the present without compromising those of future generations. So there are three strategic perspectives for sustainable development. Number one is the socio-cultural, number two, environmental, and number three, economic. So with the sustainable development, we can expect the world, regions, countries, and societies economically prosperous, socially sensitive, and environmentally responsible. Sustainable development goals are the blueprints to achieve a better and more sustainable future for all. They address the global challenges we face, including those related to poverty, inequality, climate, environmental degradation, prosperity, and peace and justice. The goals interconnect, and in order to leave no one behind, it is important that we achieve each goal and target by 2030. That is the motto of the United Nations. So if we concern about our country, we are facing many problems, and among them most important to be addressed are the water, health, energy, and agriculture. The government of Pakistan has also adopted United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, and these are the 17 goals. So nanomaterials are emerging with the large application across all disciplines of knowledge. Nanotechnology particularly is a multidisciplinary science that has its roots in the field of chemistry, physics, biology, materials, and engineering, and integrating scientists across disciplines to achieve these sustainable development goals. So here is my brief bio. Uh, right from the graduation, I have distinction, and during my MSc, I have 3 gold medals, and then I received a lot of international awards in Pakistan: Research Productivity Awards, SATA Innovation Award, and gold medals, and 5 other gold medals, including one from the Minister Higher Education Department and other one from the Governor of the Punjab in this year. My research profile is briefly uh, is here with the uh, papers, citations, or their impact factor. I have presented more than 100 papers in national and international conferences, including 25 countries around the globe. So here is the my brief presentation outline: applications of the nanomaterials and sustainable development goals. So I'm going to highlight which applications is directly related to the sustainable development goals, and the important thing is over here is there are 3 steps when we are working on the nanomaterials. First is the synthesis, then characterization, and third one is the application. So here I am just going to highlight the application just to create the interest among you to work on these application and to link with the sustainable development goals. Again, why I am going to highlighting the sustainable development goal. If you have a look in the grant applications or if you go to the job market, so there is the majority of the grants application are being awarded if your project is directly linked with the Sustainable Development Goals, and this is the current application. Even these are the Grant Challenge Fund or the Local Challenge Fund or the other grant application from the Higher Education Department. So if you link these sustainable development goals to your research areas, then it will, of course, increase the possibility to win the projects. So the first is the nanofilter. So here, with the SDGs, there is to achieve universal or equitable access to safe and affordable drinking water for all, and to improve the water quality by reducing pollution, eliminating dumping, and minimizing release of hazardous chemicals and materials. So the main issue in Pakistan or around the world is to address, to find out the causes of disease. Approx more than 80% water is unsafe, and 40% diseases in developing countries are due to contaminated water. So we have developed nanofilter. So the target is how can we treat these pollutants to make it suitable for the agriculture purpose, or to be to use as a drinking purpose. So we have developed a nanofilter in the form of the column or in the form of the membrane as a cost-effective and efficient system to treat the wastewater, and more importantly, to kill the bacteria and the viruses which are the main causes of these disease. We have got 2 US patents on these applications, and the references are given over here. And even you can treat the pesticides and the dyes up to 100% from the wastewater by using the rice ash along with the different metal oxides nanocomposite. And the second application is the energy issues. And with the SDGs, it is to ensure universal access to affordable, reliable, and modern energy services, to increase the sustainability and renewable energy in global energy mixture. So we can contribute to the sustainable development goals by producing high efficient materials, basically for the solid oxide fuel cells, and these material can also be used in solar cells, hydrogen fuel cell, and the photovoltaic cell. So here I am going to show what is the sustainability in by using the nanotechnology. So if you are using the solar system, even you can use the material as the P type or the N type, or here you can directly use the sunlight, or by using the energy generated with the solar cell, you can use to produce the hydrogen from the water. Just it is the electrolysis, and you can use the anode and the cathode material as the nanomaterials, and further by using the hydrogen gas, you can further use in the fuel cell hydrogen economy to further produce the electricity, and you can regenerate the water, recycle the water, and it is split in the production of the hydrogen from the water. So this is the sustainable energy economy with the nanotechnology, and there is the lot of application of the nanomaterials in these different fuel cells. So the other one application is the nano forensics, and it is the Sustainable Development Goal 6, which is going to highlight and promote the rule of law at national and international level, and ensure access to all, equal access to justice for all. So the scientists, we are working, and we can play our role to help the judicial system to provide scientific integration, like fingerprinting or the question document or DNA, and even produce such materials to degrade the explosive materials. So we have also worked on these applications. We have prepared nanopowders or other with the fluorescent dyes, and you can lift the latent fingerprints by using these nanomaterials, which of course which will help to investigate the crime as well. The fourth one application is the nano fertilizers. So according to the sustainable development goals, it calls doubling productivity for small scale farming in lowest income countries. So by 2030, it is going to ensure sustainable food production uh, for the community. So increase in soil fertility is the key factor to improve the sustainable crop production. So here we have used and produced the nanofertilizers, basically with the zinc, aluminum, or the iron ammonium silicates. So the main target is to reduce the leaching and volatilization, because the plants utilizes only 30 to 60% of the released nitrogen, while remaining 40 to 70% is lost due to leaching and the volatilization. So leaching is the main cause for the downstream pollution. So the slow release nitrogen fertilizers are good in this regard, and they have minimum nutrient loss due to leaching. Potassium ammonium silicate, we call it the leucite. We have produced and got one US patent on this application. And this leucite occluded with calcium ammonium nitrate, urea, zinc are the slow release fertilizers and was synthesized. So fertilizer efficiency was checked on the rice plants in comparison with the commercial ureas, and the results showed significantly high yield in case of the urea loaded zinc ammonium silicate nanocomposite. And this we have got the paper published just in this month in Science, Nature Scientific Reports. The fifth application is the nanocatalyst or the industrial processes. So, according to the SDGs, it is also to upgrade the infrastructure of the industries to make them sustainable and to enhance the scientific research, upgrade the technological capabilities of industrial sector in all countries. So, in this case, we can develop, and we have developed cost-effective and high active catalysts used in industry to boost the production and the efficiency. Like in case of the hydrogenation of styrene to ethyl benzene, and both have the different applications. We have also used these nanocomposite to synthesize the different imidazoles, and of course by using these nanocatalysts you can increase the production. Sixth one application is the development of the nano drug, and this is very important because it is to achieve the sustainability and to reduce the number of death and illness from hazardous chemicals and air, water, and soil pollution and contamination. And it is also according to the sustainable development goals to develop the vaccines and medicines for the communicable and the non-communicable diseases that primarily affect the in developing countries. So in this case, actually, what are the first the non-communicable diseases? Non-communicable or diseases, or the NCDs in include cancer, heart diseases, diabetes, and communicable diseases are the infectious diseases resulting from the infections by pathogens, including bacteria, virus, fungi. Both are serious threat to survival of life on Earth and may be chronic as well as acute in nature. So if you just consider malaria, nearly half of the world population lives in areas at risk of malaria in 91 countries. And around 18 million or more than 18 million new cases and more than 9 million deaths are reported in 2018, just in case of the cancer. So the most risk factor worldwide for spreading of these diseases are the lifestyle and the environment. So we are actually, how can you treat these diseases? And this is the most challenges to the global health. And of course, the high cost of treatment, low efficiency of the drug, and prevention measures taken globally are the most challenges what we are going to face while treating these diseases. So our target is to develop the nano drug to improve the delivery of the drugs, to increase the water solubility of the drug, to increase the bioavailability of the drugs, and to and this is to destroy the infectious cells as well. So improving with the health, we have formulated nano antibiotics, ciprofloxacin and chloramphenicol, and the references are mentioned over here. And we have also developed anti-cancer. It is the methotrexate loaded with polymeric zinc nanoparticles. It is also published in this year. And anti-malaria polymeric iron nano chloroquine phosphate drugs with different polymers and the metals for the sustained and targeted release. So these are published and you can get the related material from my publications. But currently, by keeping the cost and efficiency of the drugs, we are also working on the natural drugs or the natural nano drugs. We are developing nano liposomal formulation with natural extracts like amygdaline extracted from apricot, moringa oleifera extracts, and vitamin C. So the seventh one is the nano cosmetics. It also fall under the heading of the good health with one of the sustainable development goals. And here actually how can you treat the skin problems or the skin issues or diseases by using the nano particles or the nanomaterials. So this area is going to be explored in further. So these are the actually the characterization techniques because it is high demanding area of research. You have to characterize the nanomaterials by using the XRD or the scanning electron microscope, transmission electron microscope, BET, and of course the atomic absorption spectroscopy, UV visible, TGA, and FTIR. So these are the some of the application and the techniques, and there are several other techniques we are going to use to characterize and for the application purposes. These are the nanomaterials. These are around 57 we have produced, and all these are published in different journals, including the nanodrugs. These are the different journals in which we have published our research work. These are some of the good journals in the field of the nanomaterials. And you can get all of them through the OR CID or ResearchGate, Google's, or the Scopus. These are the projects I have already completed, and these are some of the projects we are working on. This one, this is the one of the mega projects, and around 14 labs are selected all over the Pakistan, and we are lucky to have this lab in at FC. And currently, it was a meeting held on in May 19 this year to further discuss this project because it is the national level project. We have another industrial project on the nano drug delivery system in healthcare treatment under the MOU signed with the FCC and the All Cure International, and another industrial project development of the nanofiltration for wastewater treatment for dyes with under an MOU signed with the FC and the Hydromet Corporation in Lahore. And we have developed this nanofiltration system, and a prototype is installed in the Nanomaterials Research Laboratory. You can visit and see the working of this nanofilter. These two projects are submitted in this year as well. So these are our collaborators all around the world, from Malaysia, from Saudi Arabia, Turkey, China, USA, and I'm going to acknowledge all my students. For basically the PhD student, four have completed their degree and received their degrees, and two have submitted their thesis, and all my MPhil and BSc students. And I am also thankful to the funding organization internationally or the nationally to support different projects. This is my grant research group at FC. Some of the PhD, MPhil, or the BS students working under my supervision. And thanks to all of you for watching this video. And you can further, these are the QR codes. Maybe you can just scan these codes, or you can go to the directly go to the website, and by using my name in the search engine, you can find out my research profile and go to the detailed publication where you can find all the materials, detailed material which I have already presented in this presentation. Thank you for watching.